I absolutely love it when YouTube lets me know that I'm live. It doesn't say you're alive, it says you're live. I'm live. I guess it would say you're alive. Oh, okay, technically. All right, I'm bumping up my crayons. Bumper full. All right, I created this book of just blank black pages for the most part. It's um, it's really a book made by me for me. But if you're anywhere like me at all, go get help. Um, it's $4.95 on Amazon. It's going to stay $4.95 on Amazon. I think I get a quarter a book. But here's a look at the back. It is not a glossy, so that you can actually take something like these fancy, expensive Sakura glaze pens that were created to actually go on glass. So I like them. They are pricey. I watch for them to go on sale from time to time. But the back of the book says a book about, and there's a little place to do a doodle. I colored the front of this book. I used paint marker to put D. McDonald Alien Art, and I'm so sorry. I did not want this on there. Um, but I wanted to go with something I've never done before, which was to use a pre-created cover deal, and so it is basically what it is, and you can just color my name out. I haven't tried it in black. I wonder what would happen. I wonder. Yeah, these are why these videos go so long. All right, let's just start with the D. Because I'm left-handed, I work from the right to the left, so I don't smear things. I mean, this pen probably was a bad choice. It's still going to show up, but it's not quite so bright. So, maybe I'll do that. It takes a long time now for that to dry. It'll probably run. Okay, blow on it. That always helps. So this is what every page looks like. I save this as my cover front page for when I get to where I am. I want to explain something about these aliens that I'm doing. And it's because in 2021, in 2020, the planet Earth really is just not a great planet to hang out in. And without realizing it, my subconscious artsy self started creating these bottle bots. Because I like glass bottles, and I there's something about the design that shows up from time to time in my life. And what I find interesting is that the expressions on their face, this was done with white crayon and a white Prisma pencil, and any of the white pencils I own that I'm not too thrilled with, because that was the whole purpose of making a blank black book. So that if you do find yourself with a whole lot of white crayons, this was a great way of using some of those up. So we're going to be just taking a look at what I've come up with. Quite a bit, actually, but I do find creating these very therapeutic. They just, I watch the news, I listen to it all, and at the same time, I'm making these aliens. So depending on what I was watching, I found that there seemed to have been a correlation with the look on their faces. The anywhere but here kind of posturing and a crouching kind of thing. These are not happy guys. They're just not happy. So I think they reflect my internalness. I don't know if that's a real word, but I'm making it up. Like these guys, they're kind of cute, but they seem to be under stress or duress. I think that's a good way of. Look at how sad. I mean, he just sad. It's the way the eyebrows are placed. There's the homeland, maybe, or it's stuck on Earth. We don't know. I don't know the story, but I do enjoy watching um, their expressions, their 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 concern, like the failure to communicate communication. They're there, but they're not totally there. I love this guy. He's just crazy. He's a crazy kind of frog alien guy. This was my attempt at a jellyfish, and I don't know. I just called him Snorkel Face because that is not exactly what I was going for. But the the hand and the brain don't work together. The hand does what the hand wants to do, and the brain just learns to go, okay, okay. Yeah, whatever. You just go ahead and do whatever. Um, so interesting journey here. And then the jellyfish started coming around, but they look like eyeballs. And I swear this one's just giving the finger in a strange and weird alien way. But I do really like this. I really do. I mean, if I have to pick something that I found was very strangely representational of my artistic self, this would be a book I would pull out and go take a look at this one. The guy, he's just a help in English, help in English planet Earth. These guys certainly look like they've had it. They've just had it. and they are. And these poor dudes, they're like, and look at this guy. He just says I'm homesick. 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 He's got even the moon is like just taking a nap on it. Eventually these will get published into a book, but it's going to take a long time. It really will. Don't hold your breath on this one. They will. Now I went into using the Black Prisma pencil and putting black in their eyeballs because I was just curious as to how would that turn out. And yeah, and the black in there I will revisit, but I can also do that very easily when I prepare it for the computer. And I don't know. I'm never done. I'm never done. I always add more and more and more. And here I put the white in, and here I decided to leave it alone, but I'm looking at it now many days later and going, I think I might just go ahead and put the white in there. I'm kind of liking it. And it's a progression from where I started out to where I now am going with this. And I don't know if I'm going I don't know. There's a couple more days of high stress coming, so I may be adding a few more pages. I like the conversation going on there, or just the I feel sorry for you. Empathy. I don't know. That's like a space ice cream cone or I don't know what the heck it is. This one looks angry. He just said angry. I'm just angry. Yeah, my magic ball. These two guys. Uh-huh. Yeah, and they don't have to have male femaleness. Aliens don't have to have any human attributes whatsoever, which is something I point out whenever I watch science fiction, and I say, there's still we just can't get away from aliens not having some kind of humanness about them, and I don't think aliens would. I don't know, but I don't. What do I know? Maybe I don't know. I don't know a damn thing anymore. But I would say this one looks to be more female than that one. And the only real difference is what's going on in the inside of their eyes. That's it. That's all I can. And I go, well, these guys are holding empty things because that's, it's a whole world about nothing they landed on. He looks just perplexed. He's telling a story, whatever. He saw something and he is communicating there. And these two guys are like, not sure if they should even believe him. They just have that kind of tired of hearing this, and I don't know if it's real or unreal or anything. Yeah, and I like them too. I don't know. It just came to be out of a way of emotionally surviving this past year and the upcoming year. Yeah, some people just take a deep breath. What we all find our way of coping. This is mine. They need eyebrows. Now I'm looking at them going, that's what's really missing there. The eyebrows make it. And then that's it. So the rest of this book is for me to fill up using white. You can also use other colors that actually work on here. And for $4.95, if you just need a place to be able to write whatever down, it's a nice bound book to put whatever you need to put on a piece of paper. And maybe you just have white crayons. Maybe you have young children somewhere in your life. This would be a great book for them to just go ahead and give them white crayons and let them work on a page. I always recommend too that egg timers are wonderful to have young children work a little longer. When the egg timer's done, you're done. Don't tell me you're done because you just did this. Because this is my grandkids. I'm done. No, no. The object is not to just fill up the page. You have to do something with the page. You're going to spend 2 minutes. When the egg timer comes off and bings, you may move on to another page. But for 2 entire minutes, you will sit here with this white crayon and do something, because that's the only way you're going to get a reward. I always, man, we shouldn't always have to give somebody a reward for doing something, but it kind of works really good with little kids and people with little minds, because it's not just children anymore. Uh-huh. All right, so this is at the very end of the book. There's a little bit of a look at D. McDonald's Alien Art 2021, which there will be more. There'll be a book 2. It's on its way, but it is really complex because they look so much alike. Working on what I have to do in order to get them into the world of files. My mind's going blank. It has to be computerized. I'll just put it that way. You can't just take a picture and send it off. I get it. All right, so this one I actually colored, but it comes in a grayscale. And then I threw in these little guys where you get to play with the eyes in the book. And one of my favorite is this alien guy who is casting, as my story is, he's casting some kind of spell on them, or he's giving them something. And then the next step is I really am going to put the eyeballs in there. I just like to enjoy no eyeballs for a while. And I think some of my very favorite will show up in the next book, with 3 pages, and people could just deal with it, because I want to change where I put the eyeball and see if that changes the story a little bit. So for me, I'm going to throw some extra pages in there. We have the story of they have a whole jar of eyeballs, and this one only has 1 eyeball in the jar. So it has decided to just use this one for as long as possible, because these 2 guys are not going to share their extras. Maybe they will. Maybe that's why they're looking at him like, if you just ask, we'll give you some extra eyeballs. You can go ahead and pop that one in the socket. So this is kind of fun to do with kids that are children that are sitting around, and you can create a story and then let them tell the story as well. So that's what I have done with my big book of blank black pages, just under $5, a nickel under $5 on Amazon. And after a while, I will put the buy it link on there in case you say, yeah, you know what? It would be nice to have a book where created by, you can put that on there. There's a space to put, maybe the 2021 spending record or my grocery list. And then, you keep a record of what's on your grocery list every week for as long as you can. I don't know. I just knew I needed black paper. I like this paper, and I knew I wanted to start using up all of these white crayons that I own, and white pencils that are they just don't work with what I want. I only really like the Prisma white pencil. I buy them by the box alone. And these guys are sitting around going, well, they're not as intense. They're very pale white. So I thought, you know what? I have many, many pencil sets that just simply I'll never use. So I need a book of black pages. And therefore, I did it. All right, I am going to be back doing more. I work backwards. So I have 3 books that I'm working on, 3 things for this evening. So I am going to turn this baby off and then move on to, look, I gotta move this to find, where am I supposed to click? End stream, there it is. And I shall return, working from the 3rd thing up to the top. She rambles.